Hello, my cuties. How you doing on this Friday? Almost the weekend. Yes! So excited. Hope you have some good plans for the weekend. I know I do. Now, in today's video, I'm going to be doing two types of stories. One on the LaBrant family, an update on them, and one that schools are taking out the analog clocks and replacing them with digital because kids are having problems reading them. Okay, so let's get to it. Now, Cole and Savannah LaBrant, whose family vlog channel counts roughly now 9 million subscribers, are addressing the litany of hate that they say they're receiving after their April Fool's Day prank that they posted, that many interpreted as unnecessarily cruel and psychologically damaging. No. In which they told 6-year-old daughter Everly that they had to get rid of Carl, the family dog, which they would never do. I addressed that in the previous video with them. Now, while Mom Savannah says that 90% of the viewers have had their backs, I got y'all's backs too. The ensuing backlash after the story made national headlines, and know that the couple's intentions are pure. The other 10% of onlookers have been overwhelmingly whelming them with death threats, uncalled for, calls for them to be jailed, again, uncalled for, and suggestions that their kids, they also have newborn baby Posey, so cute, be taken away by Child Protective Services. Very, very uncalled for on that one. Now, Cole says that the April Fool's video, which is still live on their channel right now, though the couple is conflicted over whether or not to keep it up, was actually intended as a prank on us viewers, which Everly overheard while they were concocting it and suddenly started to cry. This is when I think that we were in the wrong. Cole said he apologized. We just kind of rolled with it, and that's where we will apologize to Everly, and they apologize to the viewers as well. He adds that 5 minutes later, 5 minutes, kids are resilient. However, she snapped right out of it and was absolutely fine. Yes. Now, Savannah adds that even though they felt iffy about uploading the clip, they shared it because we film our whole lives. That's the life of the YouTubers. We film our lives, we sit in the camera in front of you guys, and we roll with it, and whatever happens, happens. And that's what they signed up for. She asks that all parents make mistakes. Yes. And resents the judgment being passed on her family by other parents and even fellow Christians. Now, yeah. Even though things got blown wildly out of proportion, Savannah says, we think we're awesome parents. Yes, they are awesome parents. Now, the LaBrants also addressed accusations that they had turned off comments on April Fool's video, noting that comments on their channel have been disabled altogether due to a separate controversy on YouTube involving pedophiles exchanging predatory comments on ostensibly innocent videos of young children. Yes, I mean, there's a couple other channels, I can't remember the guy's name, but he goes and talks to kids, smiles with them, and he's awesome. He's awesome. Now, Cole also cautions that Everly is learning to read and warns comments against making statements on other social platforms that could hurt her feelings. And that is where she might need counseling and this stuff, he says, not from us pranking her. Too true. I mean, I still stand behind the LaBrant family. They are awesome. They love their kids. They love Carl, their little puppers. People make mistakes all the time. And there's no sense of making death threats, call the CPS, and stuff like that. Uncalled for. That's just me. Okay. Now, our age becomes more, as our age becomes more tech savvy, we become more dependent on our screens. Yeah. And this has been a very dramatic effect has had a very dramatic effect on schools in the United Kingdom and also here in the States as well, where teachers have been changing their clocks, analog clocks, big hand, small hand, you know, how they did that, you know, 3, 4, 6, in exam halls and, you know, the halls, the exam halls, the rooms, over to digital clocks because students are now having difficulty reading them. Never had that problem. Now, Malcolm Trobe, who is Deputy General Secretary at the Association of School and College Leaders, told The Telegraph how students younger than 18 have become more accustomed to digital services, which I think, in my opinion, this age has gone wrong. You know, I still think we should teach the analog clocks, teach other old-fashioned things, because they're still used today. Don't be so dependent on, you know, the technology. Unplug sometimes. Now, the current generation aren't as good as reading the traditional clock face as older generations. They are used to seeing a digital representation time on their phone and on the computer. Yes. Nearly everything they've got is digital, so youngsters are just exposed to time being different, given digitally everywhere. Now, Trobe, who has worked as a former principal, said that teachers want their kids to be as relaxed in an exam setting, and traditional clocks could add unnecessary stress. He added that schools are trying to make everything as easy and straightforward as possible. You don't want them to put their hand up and ask how much time is left. Now, schools will inevitably be doing their best to make young children feel as relaxed as they can be. There is actually a high advantage in using digital clocks in exam rooms because it is much less easy to mistake a time on a digital clock when you are working against time. Now, Stephanie Keenan, who is head of the English at Ruislip High School in northwest London, told the Telegraph that her school was one of the many schools to make the switch. A head of department at Cockermouth School and chair of the West Cumbria Network, Cheryl Queen, said that they did the same when some students couldn't read the exam clock. Trobe says the clock face reading is taught in school. However, he explained that many students still don't fully comprehend by the time they reach high school level. I won't stand and hey. Okay. It may be a little sad if youngsters coming through aren't able to tell the time on the clock faces. Yeah, he admitted. Our hopes that we will be teaching our youngsters to read clocks. However, we can see the benefit to digital clocks in exam rooms. Now, Sally Payne, who is the head pediatric occupational therapist at the Heart of England Foundation NHS Trust, said back in 2018 that children are finding it harder to hold pens and pencils as a result of increased technology use. To be able to grip a pencil and move it, you need strong control of the fine muscles in your fingers. Children need lots of opportunity to develop those skills. Yes, her warning is strong. It's easier to give a child an iPad and then encouraging them to do muscle building plays such as building blocks, cutting and sticking, or pulling toys and ropes. Because of this, they're not developing the underlying foundation skills they need to grip and hold a pencil. Yes, I totally agree. Now, as we consider the younger generations coming up behind us, are we beginning to see the beginning of a sci-fi story that ends with the destruction of humanity? I surely hope not. Oh my goodness. Well, my cuties, I hope you enjoyed the videos today of the LaBrant family update and this little situation here with the analog clocks. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hope you guys have a great Friday. If you're not already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, hit that little notification bell so you don't miss a single video or when I go live. Love you guys. Smooches and hugs, and don't forget to smash that like button.